Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our spring upper school instrumental concert. Yeah. I'm Elias, and as a senior, I had the honor of choosing a piece for tonight's program. I knew that I had wanted to play one of the movements from Gustav Holst's The Planets, but I wasn't sure which. Each movement is themed upon a feeling that the listener should experience while the piece is being played. I sort of had like the idea that I'd choose between three, either Mars, Jupiter, or Saturn, all three being like very different from each other. But after I talked to Mr. Bradley, I decided on Jupiter because the size of our orchestra won, and also Mars wasn't like the most Quakerly of themes. Like it's themed about war, like yeah. So we'll be playing Jupiter's, and it is Jupiter, the bringer of jollity. So feel jolly and vast, yeah.
name's Grace. I am a senior and I play the clarinet. And for my senior song, I chose Ophelia by the Lumineers. The song was released in 2016, and since then, my mom and I have listened to it in the car about 8 million times. I love the song, and I hope you do too.
Hi, everyone. Okay, thank you for your patience. So me and Annika are next performing the concerto, Mozart Flute and Harp Concerto. And we asked Mr. Bradley about a year ago if we could play this piece because we had both been working on it with our teachers to play it together. And we were like, oh, we would love to play this as like a farewell piece to the whole orchestra. So it's a really big piece. It's a bit long, but it's really exciting, and we're beyond excited to play it for you. So thank you, everybody, and we hope you enjoy.
Is everybody down here? Okay. I wasn't going to say anything, but that was ridiculous, right? I like what you are applauding. That's the thing that's really important, is the discipline, the intense work, the mentors, the people that help them get it to this level to be able to play it and share it with you. The courage to say, can we do this? The courage to bare your soul in front of the orchestra when you're not totally sure if it's the way you're going to end up playing it. The power of that journey is not lost on me, and I can see that it's not lost on you. So could we please give them another round of applause?
So our next song today is City of Tears. It's a song from the game Hollow Knight, and it's composed by Christopher Larkin. I hope I pronounced his name right, I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, it's definitely one of the most unique songs that we've played. It's like ambience, so it's not as not as melodic or whatever as the other songs that we play, but it's, yeah, hope you enjoy.
All right, the last song that you will hear from our orchestra tonight is the song Wait For It from the Broadway musical Hamilton by Lin-Manuel Miranda. It is from the perspective of Aaron Burr, who is Alexander Hamilton's primary rival and winds up mortally wounding him in a duel. Sorry if I just spoiled it for you. In this song, Burr explains his mindset of waiting for it, or being patient for the things that matter to him in life. This piece is a senior selection by Sean, our grand pianist, who is unfortunately unable to play with us tonight. I hope you all enjoy.
Before we start to play this, I would like to ask the seniors to stand so that we can give them a round of applause.
Hi everyone, I'm Greta. I'm not a senior, but I play viola, and I hope you all enjoyed the concert so much. We're really proud of ourselves. And we just wanted to, we all organized, and everyone in the orchestra just wanted to kind of give Mr. Bradley a token of our appreciation for this year. I mean, we've put in a lot of hard work, but we could never have done it without his leadership and just his guidance and his belief in us, really. So,
Yeah. So we all got him tickets to the Kimmel Center so he can see a couple of shows like the orchestra or the ballet or anything you really want, because we know how much, we can tell how much you love the music that you put into, that you work with us, so maybe it's time for you to be in the audience for a little bit. Talk loud. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the jazz portion. Hello? Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the jazz portion of our concert. So we're going to start with a song called Love is Blue. It's my senior selection. It's a song by a jazz harpist, Dorothy Ashby, and I was just listening, when I was trying to think about my senior song, I was listening to tons of her music. It's very cool. But I landed on this one because I thought it was a really cool merge of classical and jazz, because I started with classical, I did orchestra in freshman and sophomore, and then I was like, oh, let me join jazz too in junior year. So it's a really cool merge of the two, which you will kind of see, and we're really excited for you to see it and experience it.
Hi everyone, I'm Luke. I am one of the bass players. And so the next piece that you'll be hearing today is called Mercy, Mercy, and it's by Joe Zawinul. I first heard this piece, I think, when I was in 6th grade. It was the first jazz tune that I ever learned. And I think what I really liked about it was I listened to all the recordings, and the band, there's this famous recording with Cannonball Adderley, and he's just into it, just grooving. There's no stress, he's just relaxed, and just like, it's just so fun to listen to. And I think because of how simple the song is, it just gives so much space to improvise, and I think actually this song is the first time that a few people in our jazz band are soloing on stage for the first time. And so that was sort of my goal, was to pick a piece that was really accessible and that sort of everyone could take a shot at soloing. And yeah, it's just super fun, and I hope you enjoy.
next piece is Little Suede Shoes. It's a song by Charlie Parker, and it was chosen because for my last concert, I would like to have one of the greatest to ever do it, and to play one of their songs and truly try to match what they can do, but just give it away.
It's yeah. It's funny because last time you actually said that you were gonna ask me, but you felt it was too soon before the concert, and this time you didn't tell me until just now. So that's kind of funny how that worked out. This next song is really weird, and I think it's really interesting, and it might be my favorite song I've ever played or ever heard. Very rhythmically confusing, I will say, but try and maybe get the hang of one of the parts, and you'll have some fun with us. It's called Wheel of Nature.
Yes, so in order for you to appreciate how hard this is, the bass is in 5. So the bass part sounds like, can someone play it for me? Anybody? Piano? There we go. That's the bass part. So the drum part is in 4, but they don't start at the same time. So could we hear the drum part? Okay, so those things are happening at the same time. And then we also have a clave part. Okay, so Steve Coleman zoomed into our class. He was in Munich, the composer of this piece. I had wanted him to come to school to work with the musicians on like how to feel his music. The form is about the rhythms, which he derived from his studies in West Africa, where it's not necessarily you go to this section to that section. The form is when all of those rhythms come back around again. So we're gonna try to play this. I told him I was gonna send him a recording, so it's gonna be short. Like I would say, if we can concentrate for 5 minutes playing this piece, that would be amazing. So, but it may break apart. So, I'm just warning you, okay? All right, thank you.
see my mom. It's a song called Universal by Patrick Bartley, and really enough, it was a song that I just found on YouTube someday, and then playing in the car with my mom. It's magic after that. So fun. Recording it, just playing here, it's like go on and on and on, but so glad to just play it once.
Let's quickly take a moment. This is like really cool to be a part of your children's life. I just want to say that. And I'm sure many of my colleagues feel the same way. But for me, this song, it's like we're headed towards this point where this will be the last time that these seniors play on the stage. This will be the last time this band sounds like this. It's just, I like to soak it in. You know? And I think you should too. Right? Thank you. So in the jazz band this year, unlike last year where we had a plethora of seniors, we actually have 3 seniors in the jazz band. We have a bass player, unbelievable, all-state musician, all-world musician. That's Luke. It's been so wonderful having time with you, Luke. Can't tell you. Our next player is our harpist, Aria. You heard her just kill the Mozart. It was absolutely amazing. And I think that when you see her, you should bow down and give her the word. This is Aria. And the last senior is JT. J2 has been so cool, so like laid back in rehearsals. You would not know how much passion. Like once he starts to play, you're gonna hear this in this next song. And when he told me that this song that he wanted to do, his mom wanted to do, I was like, yes. We gotta do what your mom says. She's probably right about this song, and we all listened to it and we fell in love with it. So, absolutely wonderful. JT, thank you so much for being in our jazz ensemble. I was trying to explain to my students the other day what it feels like to hear these last songs for me as their teacher. And I think sometimes we do not take time to appreciate those junctures where things are going to change and you're never going to hear this again like this. I embrace that, and I am so grateful that my students have given me a chance to exalt in their creativity. And I think this last song is an ideal tool for us to say goodbye to one another. So enjoy this, and I know you're gonna enjoy it. So just have fun, okay? Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you, everybody. All right, I think the seniors would like to say a few words for Mr. Bradley. Wow, okay, so I guess I can start. Do you guys want to come over? Yeah, I can start. So my music career definitely predates my friend Central career, but as I was doing this concert, I realized that, like, Mr. Bradley, you're the one who made me, like, understand the value of playing with other musicians, and, like, that's a very, like, magical thing, and not to take that like to advantage. Like, I did not understand that probably even like before this year. Like, this year is when it really set in for me, like, oh, it is so special to be here at this time playing music. And, like, you made me realize this. I've been doing this for like 10 years, and you made me realize this. So that's a really big deal. And it's just been you make us feel so special as seniors. Like, I feel so special as a senior in orchestra and jazz. And yeah, like, the connection that music brings, like, I see, like, JT during his solo, like, looking at you, like, that's not something to be overlooked. Like, that's a really special thing, and you really made me realize that, so thank you so much.
So I came to FCS in 10th grade, and I think one of the places that I really sort of started to feel at home was in Mr. Bradley's room, just playing with Marcus and Wes and Spencer and all the other guys who were there, and then they graduated, and yet somehow that we kept that, and we really kept this, like, warm, inviting feeling where I remember when I played my audition at the beginning of the year, and I thought I sounded terrible, and I probably did, but everyone was just so supportive, and they clapped for me, and I really felt so inspired by that like feeling of warmth when I was playing music and sort of playing as a community, and I feel like high school has just been super stressful, and like but I feel like I can always go back to Mr. Bradley's room and play with people, and all of a sudden it just sort of goes away. And so I'm just super grateful for that space you've created for us. And yeah.
What to say? Mr. Bradley, you made my dreams come true. From the first day I met you, from the first concert, from the first jazz concert, just seeing that, I wasn't even in it, but I just see you, I just saw that what you do, so much of the players, but so much of just you, and what you do, truly, like, people leave, as Luke said, but the feeling stays the same, the magic stays the same, that everything somehow finds its place. I have to give it up to a bunch of people in the band right now, into the jazz band. My section, the rhythm section, just everybody, each and every single person, each and every single senior, Aria, Luke. It's, I don't know, I'm just happy to be here, and every day I had jazz, it was a good day. Just thank you, Mr. Bradley.
And we can't thank you enough, but from the jazz band, we got you tickets to World Cafe Live and Chris's Jazz Cafe, and you can take somebody with you. So we hope you enjoy. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for coming to this amazing concert. I'm so, so proud of my students. This is incredible. I hope that you congratulate them constantly after this. Let them know how moving it was. And thank you, and have a great night tonight. Okay?